name is Okpara. I'm a legal practitioner. I'm from Amokwitem, being the local government, Abia North. Firstly, all of us are coordinators. It's just that once in a while, we designate one of us to speak on our behalf. In other words, we are all equals in Abia North Unity Group. Abia North Unity Group is focused purely on ensuring that a son, daughter of Abia North, irrespective of local government of origin, irrespective of party affiliation, irrespective of whatever primordial belief, is sworn in as Governor of Abia State, May 29th, 2023. That is the sole agenda of Abia North Unity Group. The reasons are multifarious. You can say they are multifaceted. If we start counting why it should be Abia North in 2023, maybe we may spend the whole of today here. But the reasons are based on fairness. They are based on justice. They are based on equity. They are based on progress. They are based on development. Because Abia State is founded on Charter of Equity. What is Charter of Equity? Rotational leadership, rotational governance. When this zone has taken a bite, the next time to be the turn of another zone, and so forth and so on. And in Abia, we have 3 zones: Abia North, Abia Central, Abia South. The first zone that had governorship was Abia North, through Ojikalo, followed by Abia Central through Senator Theoj. Now Abia South through Dr. Victor Okezi. So by the end of Dr. Igbazo's tenure, you will find out that Abia North has been out of power for 60 years. That is 16 years. And if any person who is not from Abia North takes over governorship in 2023, by the time the person is done in 2031, that means Abia North have been out of power for 1/4 of a century. That is it. And then when you are talking of rotation, every zone has taken a bite. Common sense, fairness, and equity tells you that those people who have been without it for so long a time is where you should go back. And then if you are talking of manpower, Abia North is blessed, just like every other part of Abia State is blessed. But I think we are really, really blessed. We've learned. Maybe when we had it first, maybe most people were not as experienced as in politics, as in governance and administration like now. You understand? Most people who were involved in 99 to 2007 dodgers, most of them are still around. So that experience is there. They know where mistakes are made. They know where you can follow what you did before. They know where you need to have development. And for the fairness of it, for the justice, when you are talking of justice and peace, or you are talking of peace, you must have justice. You must be fair to people. So for any zone to think that they should have the governorship except Abia North, it doesn't work. It's an argument you cannot make to anybody. There is no valid argument supporting it. None. So it's not just because we say it should be us, both by whatever criteria: development, fairness, justice, progress, equity, spirituality. No matter the name or word you use, all the indices favor Abia North more than any other group. Let me correct you, it's not Abia North's son. We're also talking of daughter. It has to be a child of Abia North. To the extent that they are all preaching for a child of Abia North, we are all on the same page. It's just that maybe the words they are using may be different from the words we are using, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. We want a child of Abia North. And basically, what we are in our Abia North Unity Group are doing is that our membership is cut across all the 5 local government areas of Abia North. Our meetings are held on local government by local government basis. It's not based on any individual. No individual owns Abia North Unity Group. We are self-funded. We are self-funded. We generate our money. We spend our money. We are not dependent on anybody. And when you see the type of patriots involved, you understand that we are serious about this thing. We are interested. When it gets to Abia North, then we can start thinking of the person who will be governor. Now, nobody is talking of person. It has not arisen. Nobody is talking of local government. It has not arisen. So if we start saying it has to be A or B, or local government of A or C, you are placing the horse. You are placing the cat before the horse. That's what they are doing. You are not doing it properly. So let this thing come first, Abia North. Then we can now start talking of within us in Abia North, but it also concerns Abians. Who will it be from Abia North? You understand? So they say that they are preaching it should be from Abia North. We're on the same page. There is no difference. It's like the difference between 6 and half a dozen. It's the same thing. This is a misconception that people have about this thing. Nigeria is governed by rules and regulation. We have a system of laws governing us. As we speak, there is something called Old Bende, called Old Okpara. Old Abia division is the same old Ukwangwa. There is nothing like that. When we are talking of Old Bende historically includes almost every part of the present Abia South. Do you understand? There was a time Old Bende extended up to Onitsha. If you are really no, Onitsha, Anambra State. If you are really talking now of Old Bende, almost everywhere you know as, except a little part of Imo State, most places you know in Igbo land used to be under Old Bende. And that is why if you are reading Igbo language was written with Old Bende language. It's Igbo language. If you read Omenoko is Old Bende language. What we take as Central Igbo is Old Bende language. Because every other person, once you wear that cap, one word or the other, they are regarded as Old Bende. So, do you still have Old Bende now? What we have under the Constitution, under the laws of Nigeria, what? 3 senatorial zones. That's what we have. Now, if you are talking of Old Bende, you have Okwangwa. Why are you not talking of an Okwaman doing 8 years to complete old Abia zone 16 years? Why is nobody mentioning Okwa? Are they not part of old Abia division? Who is Okwa not part of it? I'm asking you, is Okwa not part of old Abia division?
So, are you saying that the agitation for that 16 years is justified? Is that not what it is?
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying that we now have senatorial zones. That is what we have. And that if you are saying Old Bende, I'm saying that what you know as Old Bende in reality does not exist anymore as operation of law, as what the Constitution says. Because if you are talking of old Abia division, old Abia division is Okwangwa. There are 2 distinct blocks in old Abia division, Okwa and Ngwa. They are separate, they are not the same thing. So if Ngwa has taken a turn for 8 years, if you want to complete it based on the argument you are bringing, then it has to be Okwa, which means the governorship will stay in the same zone for 16 years. So it doesn't work. I may be biased because I had the privilege of serving in his administration as Commissioner for Housing. So what you have is, what you see in Abia is more of a teamwork led by the governor. And it's only somebody who is blind or somebody who is thoroughly biased or for propaganda purposes that will tell you that the governor has not been effective. He has been effective. He has done things you can touch. You can touch. You can really touch. Let me give you a story. There's a group I belong to on WhatsApp group. In all the same thing, you post pictures and videos of doctored videos, doctored pictures, mocked up that this is a particular road in Abia. This is a particular road in Abia. This is real life. And classmates, colleagues, was asking, is this Abia? Is it Abia? You know, and it's a question of come to Abia. Come to Abia, you will judge yourself. So, within that period, a classmate and a friend who works in United Nations came visiting. Normally, I host him when he comes to. He's from Abia. He's precisely from. He's from Ikwano. He's from Abia. So he came, and we schooled in Abia. The first set of Abia State University, 81-85. It was in Abia. So he had an engagement, a meeting with somebody in Abia. So I drove him to Abia. When we got to from around that Obingwa side, we followed the old road. I noticed was looking left and right, left and right, left and right. We got to Obo Hill. All those pictures and videos have been posting on social media. I noticed he was turning. He asked me, he said, JJ, are we in Aba? Is this Aba? So I said, this is Aba now. I mean, you know the distance between Umuahia and Aba. So I now started pointing out. It was when we got to Water Hill, Waterside. That you now started recognizing landmarks. So that answers your question. So the next time this type of video came up, and I said, I will not answer you. What I'm saying now, I mentioned the same story. That the person is our classmate. The person will say whether what I'm saying is true or not. He said what JJ has said is 100% true. Till today, that is the end of that topic in that platform. I don't know if I've answered your question. See, the truth is that if you've not been in government, you won't understand the level of propaganda, negative propaganda, defeatist propaganda. Why? Because people feel that if my own brother or sister or my own party is not in power, those in power are not doing anything. If you have 20 roads in a place, even in overseas, even in America, even in Britain, no government can build 20 roads at the same time. No government. If you build like three quarters being 14, Abi, 14 or 15, what they will do is what? They will not take picture of the 2 or 3 roads you've not done and post in social media or put in paper. Then the other 14 or 15 that are also very bad that you did, nobody talks about it. You understand? And that is why social media is, for governance, it is a minus. It is a purveyor of fake negative news that are not true. Because people who act on this information, and it's, see, when you are demarketing your state, you are demarketing yourself. The type of things that if you go to other states, what you see, you can't try it in Abia State. You cannot, you dare not. You go to other states, neighboring states, you see dirty packed everywhere, on the major road, on the streets. Some in front of government house, a lot of places. Not that it is good, but the citizens don't start, some of them, not everybody, this vocal minority, they don't start raining curses and abuses on people. Because if you pack dirty, now you're coming, if you pack the dirty in this place, you pack it like now. But before tomorrow morning, people will generate waste. And it takes on. Even when you go to overseas, they pack rubbish periodically. It's not every day. Or even if it is every day, maybe every 24 hours, they come and pack. And as it overflows. You know that somebody is going to pack it. You don't start cursing the government. You don't start cursing the governor. You understand? You forget that if the governor or the people in government are somebody's son or daughter, that somebody's husband or wife, that's somebody's father or mother, you start raining curses on things that you know are not true, things that are false. It can be proved to be false. Why? Because you want to demarcate the government, you want to demarcate the state, so that your own people will now bring the El Dorado, which is very, very unfortunate. And I'm sorry to say, it appears our state is the worst in this negative social media warfare. To me, I think Abia is the worst. No, you don't see other states cursing their state like that in social media. You do not see. Abia is the headquarters of negative social media. Even if you go to your own local government, people, the only thing they do there is to curse and abuse and insult and tell lies. You understand? So the governor has done well within the ambit of the resources available to the state. What you check is how much does the state have? What have you done with what you have? Meanwhile, most of our people here, we don't pay tax. Most of our people in Aba, they don't pay tax. So the magic that the governor and his team will do, what is the source of that magic? So that's why I say that our people are unfair. Some of them, not all of them, they are very, very unfair, believing that you have to destroy your state for you to get power, because that is the only thing you are seeing. You know, the first thing I said was there is a teamwork in Abia State. Everybody has his own role to play. Now, what I noticed, for me, the striking thing is the humility of both the governor and his deputy. Because in a relationship where people have too much ego, it doesn't work. Either the oga has ego or the servant has ego. So that humility, I think it has led to friendship and cordiality. Because it's unusual in this climate to have a governor and deputy who have stayed almost their whole tenure without quarreling, without exchanging words. And that tells you how they are running Abia. You understand? If you have somebody who is willing, there can only be one governor. That is what the constitution says. And then there can only be one deputy. But the governor is the superior. Then you must have the humility to know that the governor is the superior. And the governor also has the humility to know that I have to treat my deputy right. Because it's a question of interpersonal relationship. Maybe the fact that both of them are so well educated plays a part too. And the same vision of making sure my state grows, making sure my state is better than where we met it. You understand? So I commend it to other states. I really do commend it. I think we are lucky, not I think. It is a fact. We are lucky with the governor we have. Okay. And we are lucky with the deputy governor we have, that they have worked so much together. Governor is a father. All of you here are fathers, I believe. I do not think that there is any father that would deliberately favor one child over the other. That is one my own take. Secondly, we know what Aba is. We know what Aba is to Abia State. If Aba, the fortunes of Aba can be improved and made better, like the governor is trying to do, correspondingly, the income, the resources due to Abia from Aba, the internally generated revenue will increase. And I know there are some projects that the governor has done, but I think it's a question of unfair comparison. The comparison is not fair. Aba is 1 million times bigger than Umuahia. Practically every road in Umuahia is done. There is hardly any road in Umuahia that is not done. So that comparison for me is unfair. It is unfair. The governor is doing his bit. to make sure that the other part of Abia State gets developed. If people feel that development is more or less centered in Abia, yeah, because Aba is bigger. Aba is much, much, much bigger and is a cash cow of the state. So if you are doing things to improve it, then I don't see anything wrong with it. You see, we should avoid anything that brings restiveness. I tell you something. That Anungwa man is governor was also because his zone, like Abia North, also put down their feet that Anungwa man will be a governor. Most of the problems or quarrels you have is centered on that. A lot of us believe in rotation, that our brothers from Ngwa should have test of governorship. Governorship is not based on might. It's not based on might. It's not based on power. It's not based on how much money you have. It's based on trust and goodwill. Abia North extended goodwill. I'm aware of the time that every political stakeholder in Abia North, there was a mammoth rally that came and that was addressed by the former governor George from every local government area of Abia State. They closed down on that day. What was it? We support governorship going to Abia South. We support Anungwa man or daughter becoming governor. That was tremendous goodwill. Nobody forced us. And our brothers, our sons who have been contesting the election, why have we been saying no to them? Is it on the basis that they are not qualified? They are qualified. It's on the basis that we have to be fair and equitable. It is not our turn. It is the turn of our brothers from Abia South. Because I do not really see how Abia State will have continued in this form we know it if in 2015 somebody from Abia South, somebody who is not an Ongwa man, became governor in 2015. The problems were already gathering. You understand? It's the same thing like in 1999. Nigeria decided that the president must come from where?
The
South. Because everybody saw that the complaints are becoming too much. It's the same thing that made Nigerians decide that somebody from South should be president in the person of Jonathan. When the complaint is too much, the restiveness is much. It's like something that has to be handled with care, and everybody knows the cost of this thing. Because put yourself in their position. You give it to somebody else, not from Abia North, another 80. That is 1/4 of a century. What is the justification for denying a zone governorship for 1/4 of a century? What is the justification? So the thing is that for peace and justice, everybody has to be part of that good way. Do you understand? That is it. It's like exchanging hands of fellowship. And I dare say that, I mean, about 1 week or two, 2019, just before 2019, a delegation of elders and leaders of Abia South and also their brothers from Abia Central came and met with Abia North leaders and part of our brothers from Abia Central. What did they say? What did they say? It was clear. Support our child to go for second term in 2023. It is the turn of Abia North. It's clear. It's the people who say that they are well known. They are all alive, maybe except one. You go to meet Ndeze, the traditional rulers. The traditional rulers of this same place met Ndeze of Abia North. And the same thing happened. When you give somebody cola, you give somebody hot drink, and you make that solemn promise undertaking. You know, so when we start talking about this thing not going